Well, welcome back, folks, to Valhiem. This is, I believe, episode 3, 4, one of the two. Oh, it'll say on the thumbnail. Anyways, so first of all, I want to address the little elephant in the room. I'm wearing a blue shirt. My blue shirt is actually troll leather tunic. I took down a troll. I was doing some grinding, doing a little bit of building to get us up to date, so to say, for us to fight the deer god Ecthia. And came across a troll, or I should say he came across me. A fight ensued and I came out the victor. So moving on, we're going to fight. Now I built this. I know it seems like a lot, but it really isn't. I just literally did a little fence, the fence posts around, which is, pull it up, under the building. It's the stake walls. I just did a line of stake walls around. I have a little workbench in here that I can build, I can run into real quick to fix up my stuff. And then this, let me explain why I built it like I did. Okay. First of all, this is a rock, and I have a lot of support beams. Now, if you notice, the support beams, if they go into a rock, they count as a foundation. They count as a wall, essentially, right? So it's very, very stable. So it's going into this. I have another one coming here. My main beam is coming straight out of the rock, going straight up, okay? And I have a bunch of support beams on the top as well. Now, you're almost thinking, why so many supports? Why, it looks pretty stable for being a small thing. Yes. But when Ecthia attacks, he does a special attack where he will essentially rear up on his rear legs, and he will hit the ground with electricity, and the electricity goes along the ground and damages all of any objects that are on the ground, right? So the wall is to essentially kind of keep him within my bow range, but like without being directly on top of me down here. And when he does break through that, if you notice, I built through rocks like this because he can't damage the rocks, which leads me to building the foundation coming off of the rock, because the damage goes through the ground, it doesn't hit the rock. So it's going to give me, this stuff will probably get destroyed and all that stuff, right? And he can come up and he can essentially hit it with his antlers. But all of this is just to buy me more time to hit him with fire arrows and flint hit arrows, okay? Fire arrows are very easy to craft. They are just feathers, wood, and resin. That's all you need. Right? I think it's like 2 for each, except for the wood. I think it's 8 wood, 2 feathers, 2 resin. Makes you 10 or 20 at a time, I think. And yeah, so let's get to it. I want to fight this boss for a second time in just as many days. So I'm going to get my bow ready, and also we are going to put our deer heads in the 8th slot. Now, as soon as I put this on here, you're going to notice the atmosphere completely changes. It's going to get dark, stormy. The music's going to change into something like really, really awesome. It's like a heavy metal kind of soundtrack. And he's going to spawn somewhere around here. So I have that amount of time to essentially run around, climb up my tower, and get ready. And here we go. There he is. Oh, look at that. See, he spawned like right next to me, which means I built my... That's what I was talking about right there. Take that. Woo! So he does a pushback attack, which is why I built all these little fence posts type things here. So that way, if he does push me back, I don't fall off. Just get him right on the butt. This is actually okay, because this is keeping him right here for me to hit him. So I kind of like failed successfully, I guess. Though standing on the edge here is kind of dangerous, because when he does that attack, it will hit me back. Where you at? Come here, boy. Come here. There we go. Just come to this side. You can destroy my little shack all you want. Yeah, see that attack that he does, man? That just like, it just hits everything in a line. Just waiting for my it's like I want to jump, but I don't want to jump too much. Come on, give me like just a couple. There we go. I mean, this is very much a very easy way of beating this boss. Oh, don't run. You only die tired. There you go. Stay right there. Is it gonna get him? No, but one more should. And we got him. It's that easy, folks. That easy. So let's just kind of check out how much damage was suffered by my little fort. Not much. Look at that. He took out my entire wall thing. Oh, he took out nothing. Let's check with the hammer, though, to see how much damage was done. Okay, so not a lot. Now, he did do an attack that damages everything at once, but he wasn't able to actually break any of the bottom level things here because it was coming off of the rock. Alright, so we got our trophy, we got antlers, hard antlers, and we have the pickaxe recipe. So now we can go through here and we can actually just take all this apart, because we're not going to have to come back here. So we don't have to make it like a laggy mess, you know? Yes, Hugin, what would you like to say? Return the sacrificial stones with your forsaken trophy and offer it as a sacrifice to make the gods smile upon you. Why, yes, we will. Though, you could also... So you can fight these bosses more than once, which is kind of cool. I can't believe I just did that. And so if you get another trophy from them, you can essentially like put it up in your home and use it, you know, just for decoration. So I'm just going to take this all out here for the base wise, and everything should just fall. Just take out all these little support structures, because you don't have to take apart the entire thing. The damage, see, that's the main support that everything is kind of based off of there. See, it'll just fall apart by itself now. So now I can take these, get some miscellaneous. We'll put the wood there. Okay, we'll get some more wood. Yeah, just give it a moment. It will come down. But yeah, so that's an easy way of beating that boss. It's pretty, nothing difficult. You know, just got to make some fire arrows, and the burning damage will pretty much do the trick for you. Get up high somewhere on some rocks, and yeah, you're set. You know, it's pretty easy. The second boss is actually even easier in my opinion. The third boss, that one's gonna give a little bit of trouble. I still have trouble with that boss even to this day. Yeah, we'll just go from there. Okay, how much wood do we have now on us? We have 43. We're missing some of these. That's fine. Okay. We're going to leave these piles of wood here for when we need them again in the future. Now, if you notice this, I'm going to show you something here. So I had marked this map showing where Deer God is. There's actually multiple altars of them. But if you find something cool and you want to mark it, like for instance, we can put the home and we can put it right here. You just double click. We'll just write home, press enter, boom. You just made yourself a waypoint. So you got like a Thor's hammer, you got a little dot, you got whatever that is. You got a little camping fire. And these are icons for like dead bodies or bosses, things like that. So let's travel up north here so we can dump off the head of Ekathir. I think his name is. And then we will get back home and craft a pickaxe and start looking for the Black Forest. Now, I did look around quite a bit in the map. As you can see here, I had traveled around looking for Black Forest. There was a small little bit, I think, here and right here, but it is very, very small to the point that there isn't... It has fir, like Douglas fir trees, but there's no pine trees, and we need pine trees. So yeah, there we go. Right there. Come here. Okay, so when you have your trophy, you can come up here to the sacrificial stone. You read it. Yep. Okay. And we can attach it. Now, once you attach it, you can come up there and you can activate the power. You now have a 60% less drain to your stamina for jumping and running. Cool. There we go. So when you use it, you can see it in your bottom left-hand corner. After each boss fight, and you take their trophy head back to the altars or back to those the stones, and you put it up, you can choose which power you want to use. So I believe with the Elder, which is the next boss, and he's somewhere in a Black Forest, once you beat him, you unlock the ability to like fell trees faster when you're hitting them. But our next goal now is to work on doing the pickaxe. So we're going to get those set up. And then we're going to build a raft. Now you can build boats in this game. You can build ships and like larger trading ships and things like that. But to start off, you get a little raft. And honestly, the raft is pretty pathetic. It's not super good, but it will get you to point A to point B eventually. It's one of those, 60 miles an hour downhill with backwind in 5 minutes kind of thing. Like it's slower than molasses on a cold day. And it's also pretty weak too. So if you get hit by a sea serpent, which is another hazard that you're gonna run into at some point, When you leave the coastline and you are actually traveling in the ocean area, once you go a certain distance out, and you can attract the attention of sea serpent, they will follow you. They will damage your ship unless you have a harpoon and or a friend. It's actually easier if you have a friend, because one of you can be sailing the ship and the other one is essentially acting as your rear turret man with the harpooning the serpent, and then you guys can essentially tag team it back to the land, drag them on land, and then, well, chop them up. Sorry, I need these feathers. No! There we go, got him. Yeah, Greylings don't like fire. Okay, so we're coming up on our house here. I should have everything I need for a excuse me. We should have everything I need for a raft. Let me just double check here. Oh, I just hit the power. Oops. Alright, so we have leather. We need leather. We need wood. And I think we need resin. Let me see. Well, we do. I have everything. Perfect. We need 6 resin, and we have that. That's easy. All right, let me get some food for us. We'll put this in here. Okay. First things first, let's get all of our tools repaired. Let's get ourselves a antler pickaxe. Awesome. And I'm also going to get a wooden shield. Gonna need that. And there's something else I want to get. As soon as I see it, I'll let you know as soon as... Okay, that's not it. Let me see what I can do on my crafting side. Okay, so I have both of those. Got a deer rug, a sign. I think I need the core wood, which is found on Pines, which is in the Black Forest. And I think that's what's going to give me the wood I need for the next melee weapon that I have, which is, it's like a hammer, and it does a lot of damage against like skeletons. And that's actually somewhere that we're going to need to go next, because we need to get what's called acetylene cores. And those are like little fire cubes, and you need them to build your forge, your smelter, to melt tin and copper and then make it together into brass. Yep. Alright, so we got our pickaxe, we got all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get our raft going. Oh, I need the resin. I must have used it on something, but that's fine. I have tons of it. Oh, that was not... There we go. Alrighty. Let's get this kind of swung around there. Oh, there's a rock right there. I don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get some wood real quick. We're going to build another workbench here. just to extend my building area. Really? You know, I have a flint knife. That's really good for killing these guys. A shield allows you to block damage. If your timing is perfect, the enemy may also be parried. Be careful though, if you block too many hits, you will become staggered. The amount of damage you can block before becoming staggered depends on your maximum health. If you plan on tanking a lot of damage, you should eat food that increases your health. Heavier shields will block more damage, but also slow you down. Thanks. Alright, so moving on up, we're going to put this right there. I'm just making a small little dock because I don't want to get wet, even though I am already wet from the storm. But it's nice to come on. Maybe it's this one? Yep, okay. There we go. Cool. Alright, so with the raft, you can, if you have a buddy with you, they can hold on so that way they don't get like blown off or anything like that. And you can use the rudder. You can press backwards just to do like a paddle back. You can do first speed forward, which means that the sail stays up, okay, but you go very slow, and it's just you're using the paddle. This is good for maneuvering around rocks and you know, hard to reach places, or if your wind, which is in the right hand corner, is not blowing, you can use this. And then we can go half mast and full mast. Now you do got to be careful because when you are going full mast on this ship or on this little boat, it is hard to steer. Like you can steer to the right and to the left and all that stuff, but you literally will be pushed. Still, you'll be going straight, but you'll still like drift to your left and right because of the wind. These storms can really kind of mess you up because they can throw you into the beach. They can throw you into rocks. Especially with the conjunction with the wind, it can really mess you up. But as you can see, I am being kind of close to the beach line because I don't want to venture super far out into the ocean because of said sea dragons or sea serpents and things like that. I'm just kind of going along the coastline here, showing you how this works. And then once we see like the Black Forest from this perspective, whatever, I can land on the beach and we can start from there. So that was actually like a kind of a long area to swim, and I didn't want to swim over to this area to really check it out. You will take damage if you go over rocks or you like run asunder from, you know, see these rocks in the water there. You can actually get stuck on them just like I did here. Thankfully, I can probably push this. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And we just gotta get back on. So, as you can see, when the wind is grayed out, that's when you want to do the one arrow up. Especially to get us around these rocks and things like that. And it will storm often in this game, which is kind of cool because if you build on, like, for instance, like this big rock right here, if you build it directly on the rock, if you build a house or something like that, your house will get flooded because of storms, because the water rising and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Well, I mean, not for the character, but just in general. Okay, so we got wind, so we can... I want you to see, using the wind, it will actually drift me towards the rocks. That's why I'm saying you want to be careful with using that. Hopefully this storm will let up soon, so it can actually have a little bit more visibility. I can still see that the trees over here are meadows, or actually, I mean, it says black forest at the moment. But I think that's the trees ahead of us are black forest, maybe? Yeah, that looks like fir. Those look like fir trees. That's what we're aiming for. So like I said, we haven't really gone super far, but oh, I see copper right off the beach. Oh, that's perfect. We are going to land here. This is absolutely perfect. That is what we are looking for currently with our pickaxe. There we go. So this is the copper. So let's get our handy dandy pickaxe. And we will start chomping away. See, is this a pine? Yes, and we got pine too. Okay. So first of all, let me get this pine. Because pine is actually very important. It gives you a new type of wood, which is the core wood. And you can use that for building new buildings, and it's like a stronger, it's like a log versus what we are used to. You even get like a brand new wood stack. I think you have access to newer weapons, which I think is the hammer. Yep, the stag breaker. That's the one that we're going to want to build. It's called the stag breaker. And you also get sharp spikes. Okay, so we got that wood. Let's go back to our number 8. Okay. And let's go back here to the copper. Now, you're probably not going to get a copper every time you break apart these rocks, but you will get enough, and they're very heavy. So you will only be able to carry so many of them. And don't stop with just the rock that you see. So you can actually use this pickaxe to dig into the ground, and you can make like trenches, and you can actually do it so much that you can break the water level and have water come in, so you can almost like irrigation like this. Like you can really terraform your entire like terrain area. And you can go really, really deep. So, but the two things we need is we need a copper ore, at least one, just to unlock. And then we're also going to look for tin, which is also along the beaches and the small areas here in the Black Forest. Okay, so we got copper ore. That's awesome. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We're actually going to equip that and that. So let's go look for... Yes, you again. Yes, pretty much just telling you what I just told you. So this is tin. Looks like silver. It's always found next to the water in the beaches area. There we go. Oh, and look what we got. Until you get a sword, the knife actually works pretty quick. I mean, you attack very quickly. You may not attack for a lot, but you will attack frequently enough So let's go ahead and set up a... Oh, we have a sitting log. That's cute. We need a workbench. So let's get a workbench going. And we can use this workbench to actually repair our ship. If it's within the, what do you call it? The radius. All right, so we're just going to put that right there. And the reason being is I want to put down a chest right there. I don't want to lose any of this stuff in case I die. I mean, I should be okay with what I have currently. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find, we're going to run around here real quick. And I'm going to see if I can look for a burial mound. But I think I'm going to have to leave that for next time because I'm at time. So I will catch you guys on the flip side.